Hi there guys, Sowers here, and I'm going to be doing another video today on FIFA Ultimate Team, and this time it's going to be the tournament gameplay that I did promise, because like I said in my last video I would start showing some gameplay, and this is the first piece of gameplay I'm going to be putting up. And I did actually do a tournament before, but it didn't go too well quality wise, the video, so I've decided to do it again, another tournament, and show you how things go. But a quick update on my team: I've got quite a new team, a new formation, as you might notice from my last video, and a few new players as well. And so far Podolski has been great for me up front. He does actually come as a CF, but I converted into ST. He's got the all-round stats that you need really for a striker. He's got strength, I think he's got like 84 strength, he's got 87 pace as well overall, and great shot, long range shot, good finishing. So overall he's a class striker for me. Him and Kagawa being my best two players, but overall I've strengthened my defence and my keeper a lot as well, because I noticed that was quite a weak area in my last team. But yeah, like I say, with this formation, I'm finding it's a lot easier to attack with, so you know, it's just a lot easier to get a quick attack going. But rather than my old formation 4-2-3-1 was a lot harder to actually get a quick attack going. It was a bit more about holding the ball, that formation, which I don't think FIFA suits too much anymore. But yeah, going straight into my first match here. And sometimes you can get hard runs in tournaments, sometimes you get an easy run. But that's just how it goes, I guess. But my first game, it was up against a pretty nippy small team, the likes of Lamella and Zarate up front, who were pretty nippy players with like 4-star, 5-star skills. So I knew it was going to be a tough game. But straight off here, 9 minutes in game time, and Podolski was through, and I just poke it straight into the bottom corner. But I've noticed on this game it's a lot easier just to finish goals straight into the corners rather than trying to finesse shot into the top corners. I think the finesse shot's a lot weaker this year, but just a quick example here of one of his strikers there doing an elastico chop and just banging it straight into the top corner. But it was a fast-paced game. This I ended up going 2-1 up in just under 30 minutes, but then he managed to get a bit of a cutback there, and straight after my goal actually there. So yeah, 2-2 in the first half, but a bit of a Balotelli celebration there. Obviously, they've put that in the game. But Sturridge coming close there, trying to put me ahead. But it was 2-2 at half time, so pretty high scoring at the moment. I had more chances, more possession. But Podolski there, missing in the 70th minute. That was pretty much the only chance up to that point. But eventually, Sturridge heads me ahead, 3-2 up. And it looked like I was going to be plain sailing here, especially after this goal. Bit cheeky there, thought why not since he did it earlier. And Tioto puts me 4-2 up. So I ended up taking that match 4-2. It was a pretty tough game. I mean, his attackers were really hard to defend against. They were so nippy, I think. Their acceleration must have been insane because it was so hard to lock onto him, especially when doing skills and things like that. But good first win. Then coming up against this formation, 3-5-2, it seems to be a lot more popular on this game. But he's got some pretty good players in there. David Silva, especially, is going to be his main player. But 3-5-2, I knew that I'd have to work the wings a bit because 3 defenders, there's going to be a lot of space down those sides. But I managed to find a few ways through the centre here. But Sturridge, bit of skill there, just bending around a few players, taking on a few players, and smacks into the bottom corner. So like I say, I find that the bottom corners are a lot easier to get goals in on this FIFA. Low and hard is a lot better, rather than trying to go for the top corners. But Podolski gets through here, 2-0 up in the first half. Pretty simple game this one actually, a lot easier than what I thought it was going to be, especially when I had David Silva in there. But I guess it's all about the player behind the screen in the end. And once again Sturridge scoring, cross goal, bottom corner. Sturridge has been really good for me actually so far, a lot better than what I thought he'd be. Pretty good shot on him as well. But 3-0 at half time, and I pretty much had this in the bag at this stage. I could tell this player wasn't the best of players. I'd say my first round match was a lot harder. So it just shows really, it doesn't really matter what stage of the tournament you're in, you can get harder players at different stages. But 4-0 pretty much soon after the break, and then 5-0, bit of a cutback there. So it was pretty simple really this match. Won't hang around too much on it with the highlights. And 6-0, Sturridge once again getting his hat-trick there. And yeah, overall I find this team is a lot easier just to attack with, but he gets a quick goal in there to make it 6-1 to me in the end. But with 4-3-2-1, it's easy to attack, but it's a lot harder to keep possession, so you've got to attack really quick with it. But you can end up being a lot more clinical in the end, so I'm definitely preferring it. But yeah, winning 6-1 there in the quarter-final, going into the semi-final now. But good games all round from all the players. Podolski getting 9.8 out of 10. Like I say, he's probably my main guy up front. He's definitely deadly from all positions, like long range, short range. He's got 91 finishing in UT, so yeah, this team coming up against here, he's got Cavani, obviously, and Hamsik, two players that I'm going to have to watch out for. But 4-1-2-1-2 is a pretty spread formation, so there's going to be a lot of room, I think. Is usually when I play that kind of formation, there's a lot of room everywhere. But I find some room with Ashley. I'm going to, once again, low and hard into the bottom right hand corner. Good finish there. But yeah, just showing once again, the corners are definitely the places to go a lot of the time. But yeah, I mean, this match, I didn't really know what to expect with 4-1-2-1-2. Sometimes it's a good formation, sometimes it's not. It's one of the most popular on the UT because it's one of the more attractive ones to the newer players. But a nice little passing move there, a bit of one-touch football. Podolski's in, poked it into the corner once again with a side foot finesse, and it puts me up again even further ahead. Podolski just doesn't miss chances when he's balanced and he's one-on-one. He just always puts them away. But he manages to find a way through. My fullback there, Sangi, I wasn't pleased with what he did there. He kind of just stopped and let the player run through. So I was pretty annoyed with that really, because he should have really been able to keep up the striker. But 2-1 at half time, not too bad. He had more possession but had more chances. So like I say, it's not a possession formation, mine. It's more about being able to attack really quick. Not necessarily counter-attack, but making use of your possession. FIFA's not really about possession, it's about making use of the ball. And making sure you get the goals while you've got the ball. But yeah, overall, I'm just finding it all easy to get through. Look there, quickly just getting the ball up to Podolski. Getting through, playing a nice ball in, but the keeper makes a great save there. But luckily Ashley Young comes in, puts me 3-1 up, so I'm looking pretty good to go through to the final here. But the guy gets a free kick on the edge of the box, and I mean, he didn't really get that many chances in this match, and the chances he did, he seemed to panic really, because he had a lot more of the ball than me, but when he got in front of the goal, there we go, missing his chance there. But when he got in front of the goal, it was like he hadn't really seen the goal much, he was panicking, whereas I was getting a lot more chances, and so really I was getting a lot better rhythm in front of the goal than he was. But I was just trying to waste the time a bit here, just taking it out wide with Enrique, my left back. But whip a quick cross in there, and a great volley by Ashley Young on his weak foot. But my front three so far have been really good for me. I think if I'm ever gonna actually get a better player with my money, it's probably gonna be Nani for Sturridge, who I'm trying to get at the moment. But yeah, find that game pretty simple. Didn't get more possession than what he did, but like I say, that's not what it's about. It's about getting those chances and finishing them. And yep, right into the final here. And in the final, sometimes it can be a tough game, sometimes it might not be. You never know, but a few contracts missing there, but I had to update them. But as you can see, he's got 4-5-1 formation. This formation usually is all about possession, so it's going to be pretty similar to my semi-final. So really it's going to be all about if I could take my chances, because this formation I wasn't going to see much of the ball, probably, if it was a good player, and if he's got to the final he's obviously going to be pretty good. But yeah, I knew that I'd have to attack quickly, and straight off I could tell what kind of player this guy was. He was all about possession. He'd sometimes even go right back to his defence, but the first goal I was really annoyed with there. De Gea makes a pretty good save, but it was straight to his player out wide. I couldn't believe he parried it to the side like that, and it was a bit of a scrappy goal to let in really, but wasn't too pleased with that. But quickly I managed to get through with Sturridge, great run too with Podolski, and low and hard into the bottom corner again. Sturridge seems to score a lot of goals like that on his left foot, across goal, bottom corner, but quickly managed to get back into the game there. But finding a few ways through here, just making use of my possession once again. Kagawa gets through, but just a bit of a bad touch there getting through. I've noticed when you're holding your right trigger down, that's not really the best idea, especially when it's your first touch, because the game seems to read it as if you want to run forward and gives you kind of a bit of a bigger touch there. But Kagawa just getting caught offside there with another attack. But yeah, this guy just keeping all the possession, didn't really rush his take it, he just took his time basically all the time. But Demba Ba coming back to haunt me. A shot straight at my goalkeeper, and I couldn't believe it. It was straight at my goalkeeper, and he's parried it straight into the net. He should have saved that. So 2 goals really. I just couldn't believe I'd let those kind of goals in. De Gea is probably one of the better keepers so far. People are rating him as, and for him to let that in was pretty poor, and I weren't very happy with that really at all. But yeah, Podolski getting him some good chances here. Maybe should have done a bit better there. Straight at the goalkeeper there, but I just found it a lot harder to break through. Look at his midfield there, all chasing back. His whole midfield was chasing back. He must have had it on very defensive, because it was just so ultra defensive, sorry, because it was so hard to break through, and he'd always get his defenders and midfielders rushing back, whereas when you're playing normal they don't usually do that. But I found it very hard to get through. But when Sturridge got through, I thought it was in, but great save by his keeper there, managed to rush out. But yeah, like I say, it was hard for him to get the hold of the ball, and then towards the end he thought he'd waste a bit of time here. And I think FIFA needs to kind of look at the way David Luiz tackles him there. I mean, you wouldn't do that in real life. You'd just take the ball off him, wouldn't you? And you wouldn't tackle him like a full-on tackle. But just trying to waste the time in the possession here, and I had to quickly charge him down, but he gets through, header onto the crossbar, and I don't know what my defender did there. I couldn't believe it. Sticking his foot out, and somehow we got through. So 3 goals that I let in there, and I ended up losing the final in the end. The 3 goals I let in, pretty crappy goals to let in overall. Chris Smalling got sent off, by the way, as well. Bit of a mad challenge I did actually, but yeah, just a quick reminder there, just to show me what I'd lost out on. 2,000 coins, but that's just how it goes. Sometimes keepers have a good game, sometimes they don't, but you know, that's just how it is. That's what FIFA's about. Sometimes you have a good game, sometimes you don't. I mean, I didn't play that too bad. I got a bit mad there, sent Sanya to the trade park, so we're happy with how he played. I don't think he's pretty good, but he's just not quick enough. A lot of players have, a lot of teams have people with 90 plus pace, and he's got about 79 pace, I think he has. It's just not quick enough. But yeah, that's just a quick wrap up there on the tournament. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and please drop it a like as well if you enjoyed it, and hopefully I'll get some more videos out like this, maybe a bit of head-to-head seasons. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you think, guys, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.